chapter 17. Peace does not come through the mind because it does not belong to the mind. Peace is the delicious perfume of a tranquil heart. Peace is not a matter of projects, international police, United Nations, organizations of states, international treaties, or invading armies that fight in the name of peace. If we really want true peace, we should learn to live like a guard in time of war, ever alert and vigilant, with a quick and ductile mind, because peace is not a matter of romantic fantasies or beautiful dreams. If we do not learn to live in a state of alertness from moment to moment, then the path which leads to peace becomes impossible, narrow, and after having become extremely difficult, it finally ends in a dead-end alley. It is necessary to understand, urgent to know that the real peace of a tranquil heart is not a house where we arrive and find a beautiful maid happily waiting for us. Peace is not a goal, a place, etc. To pursue peace, seek it, make projects around it, fight in its name, make propaganda about it, establish organizations to work for it, etc. is totally absurd, because peace is not of the mind. Peace is the marvelous perfume of a tranquil heart. Peace is not bought nor sold, neither can it be acquired with a system of appeasement, special controls, police, etc. In some countries, the national army goes through the fields, destroying towns, assassinating people, shooting supposed bandits. All this, they say, in the name of peace. The result of such actions is the multiplication of savagery. Violence generates more violence. Hatred produces more hatred. Peace cannot be conquered. Peace cannot be the result of violence. Peace comes to us only when we dissolve the ego, when we destroy within us all those psychological factors that produce war. If we want peace, we must contemplate, we must study, see the entire picture, and not only a corner of it. Peace is born within us when we have radically changed in an intimate way. Checkups, pro-peace organizations, peace treaties, etc., is a question of detail, points in the ocean of life. They are isolated fractions of the entire picture of existence that can never solve the problem of peace in its radical, total, and definite way. We should look at the picture in its complete form. The problem of the world is the problem of the individuals. If the individuals does not have peace within society, the world will live in inevitable war. School, college, and university teachers should work for peace unless they leave savagery and violence. It is urgent and indispensable to show students of the new generation the path to follow, the intimate path that can take us with precise accuracy to the real peace of a tranquil heart. People cannot understand fully what true inner peace is, and only desire not to be disturbed or bothered, even when they, on their own account, assume the right to hinder, bother, and make bitter the lives of their fellow human beings. People have never experienced true peace, and only have absurd opinions, romantic ideals, and mistaken concepts about the latter. For thieves, peace would be to steal without the police crossing their way. For smugglers, peace would be to be able to smuggle their goods everywhere without being stopped by the authorities. For those who prey on people, peace would be to be able to sell at an expensive price, exploiting left and right without being stopped by government inspectors. For prostitutes, peace would be enjoyment in beds of pleasure, freely exploiting men without health authorities or the police intervening in their lives. In his mind, each person forms 50,000 absurd fantasies about peace. Each person tries to raise around himself a selfish wall of false ideas, beliefs, opinions and absurd concepts about what peace is. Each person wants peace his way, according to his cravings, likes, habits, mistaken customs, etc. Each person wants to lock himself within a fantastic protective wall, with the purpose of living his own mistakenly conceived peace. People fight for peace. They desire it, they want it, but they do not know what peace is. People only want not to be hindered, in order to be able to do their mischief calmly and at ease. That is what they call peace. It does not matter what mischief people do. Each person believes what he is doing is good. People find justification even for the worst of crimes. If the drunkard is sad, he drinks because he is sad. If the drunkard is happy, he drinks because he is happy. The drunkard will always justify the habit of alcoholism. All people are like this. They find justification for every crime. Nobody considers himself perverse. All people boast of being just and honest. There are many vagabonds that mistakenly suppose that peace is to live very tranquil and effortlessly without working. In a word, full of marvelous romantic fantasies. There are millions of wrong opinions and concepts about peace. In this painful world in which we live, each person seeks his fantastic peace, the peace of his opinions. People want to see in the world the peace of their dreams, their special type of peace, although within each person carries in his interior the psychological factors that produce wars and enmity of all kinds. In these times of world crisis, everybody who wants to become famous founds a pro-peace organization, makes propaganda, and becomes a paladin of peace. We must not forget that many political foxes have won the Nobel Peace Prize, even when there exists an entire cemetery on their account, and they have in one form or another secretly ordered the assassination of many people when they have seen themselves in danger of being eclipsed. There are also many true masters of humanity who have sacrificed themselves, teaching everywhere on earth the doctrine for the dissolution of the ego. These masters know by personal experience that only by dissolving the Mephistopheles that we carry within does peace of the heart arrive within us, while hatred, covetousness, envy, jealousy, the spirit of acquisition, ambition, anger, pride, etc., exist within each individual. Wars will inevitably exist. We know many people in the world who boast of having found peace. When we have studied these people in depth, we have been able to see that they do not even remotely know peace, and that they merely locked themselves up within some consoling and solitary habit, or within a special belief, etc. However, truly, these people have not even remotely experienced what true peace of the tranquil heart is. Really, these people have only made up an artificial peace, which in their ignorance they confuse for the real peace of heart. It is absurd to seek peace within the mistaken walls of our prejudices, beliefs, preconceptions, desires, habits, etc. While the psychological factors that produce enmities, disagreements, problems, and wars exist within the mind, true peace will not exist. Real peace comes from legitimate beauty, wisely understood. The beauty of a tranquil here exhales the delicious perfume of true inner peace. It is urgent to understand the beauty of language. It is necessary for our words to carry the substance of sincerity. We should never use disharmonious, gross, and absurd words. Each word should be a true symphony. Each phrase should be pregnant with spiritual beauty. It is as bad to speak when one should be silent as it is to be silent when one should speak. There are unlawful silences and infamous words. There are times when talking is a crime, and there are times when keeping silent is another crime. One should talk when one is supposed to talk, and be silent when one should be silent. Let us not play with words because they are a serious responsibility. Each word should be weighed before being pronounced, because each can produce in the world much usefulness and much uselessness, much benefit or much harm. We should watch our gestures, manners, dress, and all types of actions. May our gestures, dress, way of sitting at the table, behavior at dinner, manner of treating people in our living room, in the office, on the street, etc., be always full of beauty and harmony. It is necessary to understand the beauty of kindness, to feel the beauty of good music, to love the beauty of creative art, to readjust our manner of thinking, feeling, and acting. Supreme beauty can only be born in us when the ego has died in a radical, total, and definite manner. We are ugly, horrible, disgusting as long as the psychological ego is alive within us. Fullness of beauty is impossible while the psychological ego exists within us. If we want real peace, we should reduce the ego to cosmic dust. Only thus will there be inner beauty within us. From that beauty there will be born within us the charm of love and the true peace of the tranquil heart. Creative peace brings order within oneself, eliminates confusion, and fills us with true happiness. It is necessary to know that the mind cannot understand what true peace is. It is urgent to understand that the peace of a tranquil heart does not come to us through effort or from belonging to any society or organization dedicated to making propaganda for peace. Everything good as well as to everything bad, to all that is sweet as well as to all that is bitter. It is necessary to reconquer the lost childhood, as much in the mind as in the heart. Peace is something vast, huge, infinite, not something formed by the mind. It cannot be the result of a whim nor the product of an idea. Peace is an atomic substance that is beyond good and evil, a substance that is beyond all morality, substance that emanates from the very core of the Absolute.